Hi folks, welcome back to Math with Captain Rod. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate how to find a function from its derivative. What we're looking at here, if you're in my current calculus class, is number 38 here, section 4.2. And what we're going to do here is, given a function where g prime of x is equal to 1 over x squared plus 2x, we're going to try to find the function g of x that has this for a derivative and goes through the point negative 1, 1. So, this 1 over x squared, I'm going to go ahead and write that x to the minus 2 power for a moment, and then this 2x I'm going to write as x to the first power. So g of x, whatever it is, we think about how differentiation rules work. When you differentiate a function, you bring down the power, subtract 1. So going the other way is called antidifferentiation, where instead of subtracting 1 from the power, we add 1 to the power. If I take this negative 2 and I add 1, that's going to become a negative 1. And then instead of multiplying by the power, you're dividing by the power. So what I've done here is I've taken this x to the minus 2 and I've applied a process called antidifferentiation. And again, power rule, you multiply by the power, subtract 1. Reversing that, you're adding 1 to the power and then dividing. So I took this negative 2, added 1 to the power, and then divided by my new power. You can always check it to be sure that when you take the derivative of this guy, we should get this guy. So multiply, the minus 1s would cancel, and then x to the minus 2. All right, this term right here, plus 2 times x to the first power. Again, going backwards, I'm going to add 1 to the power, divide by the new power. And again, check it, make sure that the derivative of this is equal to this. So these 2's cancel, but when you differentiate, you'd multiply by another 2. There it is. And then x to the second power minus 1 is x to the first power. Now, if you're a calculus student watching this, there's something that everyone needs to be aware of. Anytime you anti-differentiate, you always introduce constants. And the reason is, just think about how differentiation works. Remember that the derivative of a constant is 0. So you could think of this term as, maybe plus 0. There's nothing here. There could be a constant that differentiates to that 0. So anybody watching this video for the rest of your existence, remember, anytime you anti-differentiate, you're always introducing a constant because the derivative of a constant is 0. So our function g that we're looking for looks something like this. I'm going to write that minus 1 over x plus x squared plus some sort of constant. Right? And I found that by taking the antiderivative of each term. And the antiderivative of a 0 is some constant. Now we're going to make use of the fact that this function g has to go through the point negative 1, 1. So that means that when x is negative 1, g has to be 1. I'm just going to make use of that fact. 1 equals minus 1 over x, but x itself is negative 1, plus negative 1 squared plus a constant. This is now going to read 1 equals negative 1 over negative 1 is 1, plus negative 1 squared is 1, plus a constant. And if you solve that for c, you get c equals negative 1. Subtract 1, and then subtract another 1. All right, so the function we're looking for, g of x, is equal to minus 1 over x plus x squared plus a constant. Whoops, and I know the constant. Plus a negative 1, or I'll just write minus 1. Now you can check it. I'll leave this as an exercise to the observer of the video here, but you should be able to differentiate this function and get this. We should be able to put x equals 1 into this function and get 1 out. And I'm reasonably sure that we will, so I'm going to go ahead and just stop this video right here. I hope this helps demonstrate how to find a function from its derivative. Have a great day.